What is going on, guys? Welcome back. My name is Fernandoherrera, and today I have a very exciting video because I'm really going to be talking about a trend, pretty much industry trends. This is a new type of video category that I want to introduce into my channel, and it's really a video where we talk about the trends of the tire industry. I will be sharing my screen right now, but again, I think it's important if you're in the industry to know what is going on and what sort of data analytics we're seeing in the industry as a whole, to kind of let you understand and make more informed decisions. As always, I will be sharing this sort of information much faster through my newsletter, Tire Talk on LinkedIn. But again, you can feel free to follow that, reach out to me if you have questions. And again, if you ever have questions about this specific video, feel free to comment below. So let's go ahead and begin. All right, guys, so I do want to thank Torqueda because they're the ones providing the data. It's called their trends threads, which is kind of cool. Just to give you a little perspective how this data is collected, they're connected to over 15,000 retail locations, and they're pretty much analyzing over 500 million transactions. So very impressive, the amount of data that they've been able to pull. And so the first category that we're going to be talking about is the tire price and margin. So it seems to be that compared to last year of quarter one 2022 compared to this year's quarter one, we've seen an increase in prices for tires. At least retail stores are increasing their prices by at least 7%. Again, inflation, right? And then the tire cost kind of went up around the same percentage, right? So it went up around a 7%. Interestingly enough, even though they both increased at a 7% roughly, the margin is still a 6% higher. So that means that inflation, even with inflation, tire margins are better, 6%. So again, it seems to be that tire shops are not, biting the bullet with inflation. They're actually just passing along those increases to consumers, which is leading to higher margins. But in reality, it's probably coming from the manufacturer. So something to keep in mind. So the second thing we're going to review is consumer trends. In consumers trends, we're going to see how the gas prices, the miles traveled, and how many stores visits we're getting compared to last year. Again, this is all for quarter one, okay? So we're comparing quarter one with quarter two, and we'll share the information here on the screen so you guys can see it. But it seems to be that gas prices actually went down 7% compared to last year, so gas prices are going down. The miles traveled actually increased, so it seems that people are hitting the road a little bit more and hit the road a little bit more than last year. 4% is still not bad, eh? 4% is actually quite significant. And then store visits, this is to me the most intriguing. Store visits to tire shops or retail shops has decreased 10%. So if you have noticed a decrease in your store, it's not that you're going crazy or that you're doing something wrong. All the stores are experiencing a decrease in visits. This could be because of online. This could be because people aren't buying as many tires as they used to. I really don't understand here. Again, if I had to pick, I would say people are moving more towards online, maybe purchasing the tires online, and you're not having to go to tire shops anymore only to get your service done. But again, that's something very interesting to kind of consider and think. Now, the next section we're going to be talking about is the tire sales volume. So we're talking about here, or at least Torqueda explains the regional tire trends in the US. So again, this is all US market. Unfortunately, I don't have data for other markets in the world, but in the US, it seems that tire volume, the amount of tires that actually are moving in terms of sales, went down 5.8%, which is not good, so actually sales have been going down. And then they break it down by the tier, which again, I thought was very impressive or very interesting as well. But for those of you who don't understand tiers, tier one is your Goodyear, Michelin, brand, top tier tires. And then it goes down to tier four, right? Which is your import tires. Like we could consider tier four like Ironman, Arroyo, Langolden, all these other brands, Milestar. It seems to be that tier one, tier two, and tier three are going down. The biggest hit being tier two. A good tier two tire, I would say, could be Toyo. Something like Toyo, Firestone. And again, we'll see if we can find like a little chart maybe that we can find online so you guys could see the brands and where they fall in terms of tier. Maybe that would be a very interesting video to do, how we're classifying the tier and then doing that. But anyways, It seems to be tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 much lower. And they also did increase their price. So tier 1 were the tires that increased the most. Average increased price per tire is $25. Tier 2 was $19, $13. And it seems to be that tier 4 only increased an average of $3, which is not bad. But sales also did increase. So everyone else is lowering. All the tiers are lower in sales except for tier 4. Again, meaning that people are a lot more conscious towards their purchasing. And again, if before they were gonna buy a Goodyear, well, now they're probably gonna go and buy an Ironman because it's cheaper and it's expensive, right? We're feeling that through the economy. We also see the volume by category, which again, it's very impressive that the biggest hit compared to last year have been off-road tires. So off-road tires have decreased 25%. That's crazy. And so what makes me think of this, and again, these are just my opinions, right? But it could be that last year there was still a lot of that government stimulus money moving around the economy. And so a lot of people were buying wheels, they were buying MT tires, RT tires for their trucks, they were buying, and so it seems that money has dried up a bit. And so off-road tires, are gonna kind of go back into their normal trend. And so we're a lot of these businesses that had a lot of these off-road tires, they're probably gonna be left with either high price stock or low moving units. And it's something to consider, but it seems that the only category that went up in volume was the SUV, which makes sense. It's the typical family vehicle that's used. Again, before maybe, I think SUVs are just a lot more popular, and they're gonna be a lot more popular towards the future years. So definitely on the sizes, tire sizes, most popular tire sizes, like a 225, 65, 17, SUV tire size. Something like to keep in mind. Now, Torquedo also does a very good job in breaking this by volume by region. We can see here that the biggest and the strongest hit region was the West. I'm in the West, so I can attest to that. We have noticed a decrease in business. And then the least affected was the Southwest, which is part of Texas, which again, I was talking with someone I know in Texas, in Dallas, and they said they still feel business is a little slow, but again, not as low as perhaps you would ask someone in the West, California or Nevada. So, and then the others are around the 4 to 5%. So it's very impressive. But that's it, guys. I mean, these are metrics that, I want to share with you guys. I thought these were really insightful. I really enjoyed going over these metrics because, these are from our industry, from an industry that I'm very familiar with and I love, and I could kind of get to compare how my story kind of like fits into this. And so if you guys do have questions, let me know in the comment section below. Is this accurate to what you're experiencing in your industry, in your tire shop or mobile tire shop? And if not, let us know why, right? But again, if you do like this type of video, let me know, and I'll be doing an update every time I get this sort of report to share with you guys kind of like market details of the industry. But again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button if you like this video. Feel free to reach out to me via LinkedIn. And again, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Have a great day. Peace.